Welcome to episode 1 of the Sensuality Series, and the name of the episode today is called, Oh My God, I'm Showing My Belly Button in Public. And here's why. So I'm going to start with the definition of sensuality, just so you can understand the context of where I'm coming from. And the Webster Dictionary is the expression or suggestion of physical, especially sexual pleasure or satisfaction. So I'm just going to let you sit with that definition for a moment. And the reason why it's been a struggle for me up until now to be sensual or even think of the word is because from my family lineage, nobody ever wore anything besides a one piece. And that's because they had a lot of shame around their bodies for a few extra fat rolls. And looking back at it now, it really was minimal. And that trauma led to me just covering up everywhere I went in public. I just felt so uncomfortable taking off my sweatpants and gym shirts. And that manifested even in my first pole dancing class when I stepped foot in the studio. I was absolutely fucking terrified to even show my leg skin, for example. And even throughout my pole journey, for the first 9 years, I've been pole dancing since 2014. And I didn't start exploring my sensuality until after my last breakup. I was in and out of relationships throughout the entire pole dancing journey, and that's why I never explored this part of myself. And even though I was maybe showing more skin, I was only using it for functional purposes, like doing tricks, for example. And I allowed my ex-boyfriends who were threatened by the fact that I wanted to start exploring this to overtake my conscious mind on me actually wanting to explore more of myself and actually feel my feelings while I'm dancing. And I just want to end the podcast with this little metaphor on sensuality. I want you to think of it like finishing a sentence or adding periods or commas to a sentence. If you're dancing throughout a routine and you're just going on trick after trick after trick, no one's going to give a fuck because they're just so overwhelmed that you didn't take a moment to pause in the middle of your routine. And that's kind of like a run-on sentence in grammar speaking terms. And it's so important to learn to pause after your tricks or just in general while you're dancing or moving, because that's the in-between time that allows you to connect and engage with the audience. Because in the end of the day, I want my movement to have value and you guys do too. So actually stopping for a moment after your trick and just maybe moving an arm or a leg for a second or shaking your booty bum is a great way to pause and just take a deep breath and enjoy your movement and really flourish in it. Because if you're not really finishing your sentences, then you're not going to get the end result. No matter how fucking amazing your tricks or your movement is, no one's going to be engaged to it. So take it or leave it with a grain of salt, and I will be looking forward to sharing the next episode with you on how I have allowed myself to give and receive through the movement of pole dancing.